Live, day 14, day 14. We made it, day 14. Let's see, was anything special happening? Anything exciting? I know what it happened. The electric's in, the shelves are up, 18 machines are out of the boxes, screws undone, screws done, and placed on the shelves, but they are not live tomorrow morning, guys. I'm out of energy. I am tired. It took a lot to get this far. All the power in the house had to get turned off. We had to up our service. We had to go from 100 amp to 200 amp. Electrician had some problems. This house is 50 years old, so we did. I got one prototype running. That's why it's so quiet. I got one machine running. It feels odd because it's very quiet in here. It was hectic to get everything set up in there. Power's all in. Shelves are done. Machines are maintained. They're serviced. All these machines have been serviced. Took them apart, cleaned them, greased them, put them back together again, ran them a little bit. It's up, man. So got some things to show you. I printed this as a prototype. Where the hell's my camera? My camera sucks. But it's got real nice chess pieces engraved into the side of it, all four sides. It's a chess box. Except for this ain't little, guys. This thing makes a 17-inch board. That's half the board. Why is it gray and pink? Because that's what was in the printer. I really like this box. This is one of those ones where you got to buy the rights to it. It's a big print. It does not print in a few hours. 16 hours of printing on that box. It is heavy duty. This is a good selling. It plays full-size pieces, 3.75-inch kings, which is tournament-sized pieces. They're big. The other thing I got in, I can't open it. Wood. This has actual wood in it. It's wood dust in the filament. They're coming out with all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm trying to find the name of this one. This is oak. This one's rosewood. A lot of chessboards are played with wood. So I got different woods here. Teak. And then what is this? Maple. Birch. So I got two darker ones, two lighter ones. I'm going to run some samples of pieces, wooden pieces. That's about all the stuff. I found these things. I don't know if I showed these to you. These are really nice. I wasn't sure how I was going to like them. I sprayed a bed with a little bit of alcohol, scrub it down, pop it right back in here. Pad lasts me probably most of the day. Not really sure. I know what else I did. I worked on the listing. Here, let me share window. Here's one of the images I got done today. Is your game as tough as our pieces? Those are actually my pieces. Took me a while to be able to get AI to actually use my pieces on this. I have all the machines up just so anybody coming in late or popping in back and forth and checking around, bouncing around, all the machines are in. They're AI. I used AI to create that image. Took me about an hour, but I think it's worth it. I'm still working on. I got to print a big board. I'm thinking I'm going to print it in wood. I'm thinking I'm printing it in the rosewood and like the oak, because I need a board for a background for the pieces. I'm getting there. I think I'll be able to put pieces up for sale in about probably a week from Monday. I'll be able to put them up FBM. I got my new bags in today. I have not checked them to make sure they're the right size. I ordered boxes for this bad boy. I have an idea for that. Not sure how it'll. Not sure that I can keep up with inventory on that. That's a big print, guys. If it was to take off, it would be hard for me to keep up with stock. But I'm gonna see how it comes out. I don't like that. I guess it's all right. The rest of them are like that too. Just looking at the pieces on the side, I may want to change the logos on the side, looking at them a little closer. That's why I print a prototype, because I set it on my desk and I turn it around, I flip it around, I keep looking at it. I go, I don't like that eye on that horse. I guess it's all right. I may want to put my logo on it. 3D Chessman. Right. Put my logo on all four sides. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm still playing. I'm still toying. That's what I do in here. This is my squirrel hunting room. The other room is in the front of the. It's actually in the back far side of the house. I'm in the front corner. That room's all set up. I'll be live tomorrow morning. By 9-10 o'clock Eastern time, I will be live. Those will be running pieces in a bunch of colors. I may run the woods. I may run the wood colors for pieces and see how they do. I don't know. I'm just trying it out. I'm trying to see what's going to work and what's not going to work. You got to test. One thing I know. Yeah, from shiny objects to squirrels. Yeah. See, the front room has SOPs written. It has a process. Everything is business up there. This is my hobby room. This is for me to toy around with ideas. That is up there to make money, and it's going to make money for sure. That image you see is just one of them. I'm probably going to put. What else I got to show you? I'm probably going to put a video, time-lapse video of the pieces being made. I did make an image that says, where the hell is it? Don't I have an image that says printed in Texas? Yeah, here we go. I got this image done now. I don't know if I showed this to you or not. I can't put a .com. I can't put the .com. So I had a checkerboard put in the bottom of this. I may have this, just this here, 3D Chessman, put in the sides of the boxes. I'm not sure. I don't know. That would look right. I don't know. Um, Looking at the pieces a little closer, they're a little funky, but I may run with it. I don't think anybody can complain about it. I mean, it's a pretty sharp design. I just don't know that I think it's the right one. I don't know, but I like this. This really came out nice. I am going after the people that want American made. I believe that's something we need to do more of, and I'm not going to have to worry about tariffs as much. So I'm in a good position with that. I really don't have a lot, guys. I'm exhausted. It was a lot of back-breaking work getting all those machines out of all the boxes and all this foam. And if you've ever opened up a bamboo mini, it's packed in that box pretty good. Got to a point where I knew exactly. I didn't even have to look at the book. I knew what I had to do to set it up. I still have to go in, turn them all on, name each one, load it with filament has to be loaded, and then go from there. I don't know. I may tinker out there this afternoon, tonight. It's only 6 o'clock here. I got to stay awake. I did Ohio State. A buddy of mine likes Ohio State. So I made the chess boxes, Ohio State, red and white. I ran 3 of them to see if I could get 3 of them done in half a day. And it took me about a half a day, and I was able to get 3 of them done. Did not use all the machines. I could do production of those. I could do productions of a smaller chess box, game box. For now, I'm just running pieces. Just pieces is all I'm selling. One style in an array of colors. And I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to get out of here. Tomorrow will probably be a longer show because I'll have more to talk about. The machines will be up. The machines will be running. I'll probably try and do a live on out there so you can see it. It's really not that big. It's 2 3-foot racks, 6 feet tall with 6 printers on each rack. It's not a whole lot of space. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I can go probably 18 printers out there, no problems. Maybe 20, but I'm not going to push it. If I go any bigger, my wife and I have talked about it. If I go any bigger, I'm going into my own building. I'm going to buy a piece of land and build a building. So here's what I got to say, man. This has really been a lot of work. It's taught me one thing. And I say it all the time. You got to get off your ass and get to work. But it's a little more than that. You have to pick something and then get off your ass and go and do it. I mean, 14 days ago, I had no printers. I'm not talking about because I got the money. 14 days ago, I had no printers. I knew I wanted to do this, and I took a shot. Has it been perfect? No way in hell. Have I made a lot of mistakes? Yes, I have. Guess what I did, though? I learned how to overcome those mistakes because I invested enough money that I have to do it now. Part of it is I bit off this big of a chunk because I'm forcing myself to follow through. If it was only 2 or 3 grand, I could walk away from it, guys. I'm not bragging, but it'd be easy to walk away from 2 or 3 grand investment and call it a loss against the business. So I'm seeing this with my son-in-law. I'm seeing this when we're on Scott's show. I'm seeing it around more and more. I think people are scared to start because they have a fear of failure. And the failure actually is not starting. Because if you start, you're going to make mistakes. But as long as you keep overcoming your mistakes, you're not failing. You're learning. And I think I understand it a little more because people always ask me, what would you do if you had to start over again? I never thought about it. I always say, I'm just get up and go. But that's something people fail to do. They talk about it. They'll try something and it'll fall quick, especially with 3D printing. You download these files and you print one and it falls apart. And you're like, I'm not doing. I've had to work on every file that I use. I've had to do work on. I am not getting into resin. I can tell you ahead of time, this channel will never have any resin on it. I don't care how popular it gets or anything like that. It's 60. I don't want those fumes. Afraid to begin because I'm nervous. This guy's saying, Ben Hubert says, hello, I'm also looking into making this hobby into a business. I have 2 FDM printers and 1 resin, and I'm exactly in the boat you are talking right now. Afraid to begin because I'm nervous there will be no going back. I do not have a website. My sales are only on Amazon. I have an Amazon story. Ben, just so you probably don't know me. I was homeless 18 years ago. I built a multi-million-dollar Amazon business. So I know Amazon and how to sell on Amazon. I will not have a website. 3dchessman.com is the website for this particular product. It will point right to the Amazon listing. There's no website, there's no email, there's no support, there's no contact, nothing. It is strictly Amazon sales. The sales I'm not really going to talk about a lot here. This is more about 3D printing. We do some sales shows. Look up Bearded Picker. Great guy. You can learn a lot about eBay from his shows and the videos. This is going to be more about building the business of the 3D printer, not and how do you this is more about how to build the production part of the business. And that's where I'm going with it. How did you get affiliated with Amazon? Do you design your own models? And if not, what are some of the things you sell on your Amazon? I sell 0 on Amazon. This is day 14. I've never printed before. I've only been doing this for 14 days. Do you design your own models? I have some designs that I've done. I've tinkered in Tinkercad to make some designs. Nothing fancy. Squares. I mean, chess pieces and chessboards are squares. It's not that complicated sometimes. I sell a lot of product on my Amazon store. Like I've said many times, I'm not going to turn this into an Amazon channel, and it's not going to be about Amazon sales. I'm going to keep focused on the 3D printing. The one thing I can tell you, Ben, is you got to jump. You just got to go, okay, I'm going for it, and just go all in and shoot for it. You don't have to go 18 printers like I have. I have 18 printers as of today. There are 6 here, and there's 12 up in the front room. The 19th one I'm looking at it right now in the closet. It's an emergency backup. If something goes wrong with one of my printers and I got to pull it off the shelf, I can throw that in as a Band-Aid. Did you get the printer? I got both. I have 4 minis with AMS. I have 4 minis with AMS. I have 2 P1Ss over here. And I have 12 minis, no AMS up front, that were $199. If I would do it again, Laura, if I was going to do it as my first printer after seeing all this, I would bite the bullet for the A1. Um, and if it's too steep for you with the AMS, do the A1 with just. I have been. I would do the A1 and not the A1 Mini. The Mini is kind of restrictive in size. The reason I went with the Mini is because I know I'm printing chess pieces. But like this box, I'm stuck. The only place I can print this right now is my P1Ss. So I can only get 2 of these a day out. That may be an issue. And I may have to look at that in the very near future and go to, I may have to upgrade some of my minis into A1s in here with keeping the AMS combinations and putting the minis out into the production room because I have space for more minis out there. You really have to consider the size of the piece you're going to print and how long you're going to print that. Guys, I was looking at it. This soap dish is pennies to print. I think it's like 49 cents or something to print in material cost. These sell hundreds and hundreds of times a month. Just that simple. I bought a lot of material. I've just been hesitant to print anything. I mostly make stuff to order at the moment, but I've been hesitant to just make stuff and not be able to sell it. That's it. You know, that's a gamble you got to take. Sometimes you just got to jump off the cliff and trust God. I am going all in. I'm going to be running 12 machines in 10 colors starting tomorrow of one design chess piece, and I don't even know if they'll sell. I've never listed one. I don't know if I'll sell one. I'm sure people from here will probably go buy them just to support me, which I appreciate, but I don't expect. I know what I'm doing. I think sales will be really good on it. Yeah, see, there's a lot of Elf on the Shelf accessories. I printed a Keurig. Here it is. I got it in here. Hold on. This is a Keurig tower. Holds 42 K-cups. It splits apart in the middle. You can print it on a Mini. Takes about 22 hours to print. It's a super nice quality. Somebody could use this in an office. This is like an office break room, shop, customer service lounge, somewhere where you have Keurig out on display and you don't want the boxes. I don't know that I understand that I don't regret buying the minis. I do not regret buying the minis because I am going to sell a lot of chess pieces. I just really like this big box. I really think there is a need for this big box. I just don't know if I can produce enough with 2 machines. What I was thinking was I make boards all day long, and at night I pop the machines in pop 2 boxes in the machines and let them run. And then have a higher price point because if the demand's there, I can get it. See, Ben's a perfect example. And Ben, I don't want to pick on you and don't think I'm picking on you. If you don't know me, I have autism, and he's the perfect example. He has spent money on machines. He's spent money on material. And now he's scared to pull the freaking trigger. Dude, get off your ass and just pull the trigger. This is exactly what I see day in and day out. I see it with my son-in-law. Print a prototype. And, you know, here's a prototype, right? I don't know if you can hear it. There's chess pieces in it. I set the board up. I'll set the board up. I'll put the chess pieces on it. I'll look at it for a couple of days. I printed it with junk plastic, not junk plastic, but I have all these. When this roll's almost empty, I don't try and find something to print with it. I pull it off, put a fresh roll on, and it goes into my AMS units, and I burn it up in prototypes. So I might have a little wood in something, a little plastic, a little of this, a little of that, and I mix it all together, and there it is. It's Christmas. You can't go wrong printing gifty items. Think things you would give as a gift, you know. I understand print on order because then you're not wasting material. But for somebody like me, I can't do that. I just can't do it. I'm not going to print stuff and take it to a flea market. I am product driven. The big thing, listen, I've been trying to sell game parts for a long time. The final push was when I was looking at it again. I was almost at a deal with a place in China for some games, and Trump come along and said 100% tariff. I was like, I can't deal with this anymore. I'm going to get into making this stuff myself. I'm going to 3D print. And here I am 14 days into it, and tomorrow I'll be printing. Childhood Games, great. He's printed a few prototypes today. You gotta do it. I mean, you gotta work at this stuff. But guys, I really need to go because I am tired, and I know that when I'm tired, I start to ramble. So let me get out of here. I'll be back tomorrow, day 15 tomorrow, guys, and we're gonna be live in production. All right, guys, remember, God loves you. Lord knows I'm trying. Good night.